Hey guys, what's good? It is the May 2026 edition of Shane's Chicago Blackhawks podcast. The big news just happened. Roman Kantserov has signed his 3-year entry-level deal with the Chicago Blackhawks. He has left the KHL. This was a 2023 second-round pick by the Blackhawks, and he went over and played in Russia for a couple of years, and now he is finally coming to help the Blackhawks win a championship, because this is just another piece to the puzzle. This guy, a lot of people expect big things out of this kid. He's only 21 years old, and another winger that will come in, give them some scoring, whatever line he's on. I don't know if he starts out on the third line. I don't know where they're going to put him, but just another guy that has potential for 20 plus goals, and that will help the team tremendously, because they lost a lot of games this year, a lot of low scoring games, a lot of close games. I mean, they were in a lot of games, they just lost too many. And in reality, I mean, I thought they were going to be there was a very good chance they could be a playoff team this year, and it started off looking that way, and it just didn't end that way. But some injuries along the way, but mostly key players, mostly healthy. Bedard missed a little bit of time. Nazar missed a chunk of time. But look, guys, this is one of the youngest teams in the NHL. Guys are just going to get a little bit older, and they're going to get better and more adjusted to the NHL. And it's going to be exciting to see this team grow. And mainly this offseason, I mean, the big move is the Blackhawks giving a contract to Connor Bedard, an extension that will keep him in Chicago. I would say he signs a 5 to 6 year deal, but some think that he could go longer. We'll see what happens. But he's going to get good money, 10 million or over, I'm sure, especially with the way that the money is going up in the NHL. Little by little, the salary cap elevates, and Bedard will get done hopefully very soon. And the season's progressing. We already have the Western Conference Finals are set with Colorado and Vegas. Carolina, they've been waiting in the Eastern Conference Final. They're waiting for Montreal is up 3-2 right now on Buffalo as I record this, so we'll see what happens in the next month. We're probably going to be close to done by the time I record the next one in terms of who are the champions. Probably going to know who the champions are by my next episode, because I only do one per month. But anyway, guys, look, it was some miserable years for the Blackhawks, but remember, this team has won multiple championships in the last 15 years. A lot of teams can't say that in the NHL. Sadly, living here in South Florida, I have to hear the Panther fans, not this year, but, the last two, winning back-to-back, and that was horrible. And that was their first 2 titles. But, it's time for the Blackhawks to get better again, meaning getting to the playoffs, competing for a championship, competing for that Stanley Cup. And look, they're heading there. They are heading there. And, we'll see what happens in the NHL draft, as the Blackhawks do have the 4th overall pick. And there's a lot of rumors going around that the Blackhawks were willing to take that 4th pick and probably even add a couple of more picks or whatever to it to, get Toronto to give in to their wants of Matthew Nice, which supposedly Toronto has taken him off the market for now. But Chicago has always been, the last couple of years, big on Matthew Nice coming in and being a Chicago Blackhawk. And they got a lot of tough times over there, because now, losing Mitch Marner before this season, him going to Vegas and helping them become better, made Toronto become a lot worse. And now the rumor is Austin Matthews may want out of Toronto. Therefore, it's like, if Austin Matthews is going to start barking about a trade, even though Matthew Nice is a nice player and he's young, he's like 21, I don't know, you could probably bribe him away from Toronto, who looks like that they're willing to, or probably willing to take on some draft capital, and infuse multiple talented players into their team. But we'll see if they give up on Nice. I'm not sure. Otherwise, there's still a couple of intriguing names out there that the Blackhawks could go after in free agency or maybe in a trade. Jason Robertson is one of them from Dallas. I know he's a restricted free agent, and there's a few more. I think Brady Tkachuk was another name that I saw. But, we'll see what happens, guys. I think that this team is really building something nice. It's taken several years from the last glory days to get back to have this kind of a overall talent pool, plus a lot of youth injected into this team with some really nice veterans like Tyler Bertuzzi and, Tuvo. Tuvo is still a good player for this team. He's a solid veteran for this team. If there was, I keep saying this every episode, if there was one guy that I would get rid of on this team, it would be Arvid Soderblom, as I do not like this guy as a goalie. He gets ripped too many times. He's not a starter, so you're putting him in there less games, and he's still getting ripped too many times. And I think he has 1 year left on his contract, as they gave him a 2-year deal. So, I mean, if I were the Blackhawks, I would try to trade him, get Drew Commesso up, let him back up Spencer Knight. I'm not worried about Spencer Knight's, like I think I said this last episode, I'm not worried about Spencer Knight getting roughed up at the end of the season. Like, I think, this was his first year where he was predominantly a starter. Remember, he came to the Blackhawks last year in a trade, and he was still the backup to Sergei Bobrovsky with the Panthers. So this is his first year where he's really gotten in the hall and, and been the starting goalie on an NHL schedule. And this guy was playing great most of the year. And those last couple months, really like that last month and a half, he got, hammered a few times. And, look, I think that's all it is. I think now, his conditioning, he'll be used to it more, but he'll probably even get himself in even better shape to be prepared for this coming season. So I expect really good things out of Spencer Knight. And look, we'll see what happens, guys. I mean, the draft is going to be coming before you know it. And we'll see what the Blackhawks do, if they trade the pick, if they keep the 4th pick, whatever. Anyway, Roman Kantserov is a Chicago Blackhawk. He's here. Guys, I got nothing else to talk about. I mean, look, again, Bedard, the main thing in free agency. Yeah, he's a restricted free agent. He's going to re-sign. He's going to stay. But, figuring out that contract, the length, we'll see what happens. We'll see, any trades. If any trades are made, I think free agency is going to be very little movement for the Blackhawks. But I do think there's that one potential move, again, for like a Matthew Nice, a Jason Robertson, some kind of a scorer that can come in and even add another scorer with Kantserov to this already very talented team. I mean, offensively and defensively. I mean, and again, a lot of youth. Just need, of course, some more consistency in some games, and that's where you're getting deeper by adding a couple more pieces, and just even getting that much deeper. And then I think, like I said, other guys are just going to get better. Bedard's going to get better. Frankie Nazar is going to get better. And, Oliver Miller. They have a lot of guys here that have potential. Nick Lardis. So, guys, and of course, the veteran Tyler Bertuzzi putting up 30 plus last year. 30 plus goals. So, guys, I could just sit here and just keep repeating the same shit over and over again, but I don't do that. So this is all I got for you right now for this last month. I'll be back next month in June with the next Chicago Blackhawks podcast. Now, also on my page, if you are a New York Yankee, a Las Vegas Raider, or a Chicago Bull fan, I also do a monthly podcast for those other 3 teams, as those are my other 3 favorite teams, along with the Chicago Blackhawks, making it 4. And I also do a weekly podcast, World News podcast. And of course, people say I'm pro-Trump, and that's because I am pro-Trump. But at the same time, I tell it like it is. I go over the world news for that week that needs to be told and talk about things that need to be stated. Unlike a lot of the fake news bullshit that's on our televisions, unfortunately. So anyway, guys, I'll be back. Check me out. Monthly episodes again for monthly podcasts, New York Yankees, Las Vegas Raiders, Chicago Bulls, Chicago Blackhawks, and my weekly Shane's World News Views podcast, touching on world news. Check it out. Give me some likes. Give me some views. I feel like they're blocking me on here at times, but you know, as far as views, some of my videos seem to get a good amount, some don't get hardly any. Anyway, but I think it's the definitely a thing with the algorithm here on YouTube. Like, I think certain things, especially when you're pro-Trump, I think they don't like it, and they do what they can to try to take you out of that popularity of getting more views. So anyway, guys, I'll see you next month on the next Shane's Chicago Bulls, man, I'm lost. Chicago Blackhawks podcast. I'll see you next month. See ya.